Would be like Hedda Gabler. Lucy's like, I've always wanted to be Hedda Gabler.
Oh, I love Hedda Gabler. It's my favorite. I understand it inside and out. And so we're reading. Well, she goes, oh, right then. So she gives it to me. And I'm going, Henrik, it's
I would say, Lucy, just do it flat, all right?
Look, flat has no place in my, in my process, all right?
Yeah, I have no room for being flat, yeah.
Yeah, I don't read anything flat.
It's very funny.
And we just both laughed, and after that...
Anyway, she did help me, though, many times. I go, okay, I've got another play here. I've got to learn these.
Would you just read it flat, please?
Don't give me anything back, okay?
So flat has no part in my process, Renee.
So in other words, you tend to do everything full out when you start.
Yeah.
Hope we get to visit over here.
Should we go?
She went the other way!
Yeah. What is it? What was the question?
Does Lucy...
no, so you don't tend to do anything...
You
do things full out.
You answer that.
I think Lucy uses her instinct, yes. I think
she has no whatsoever. She just uses her instinct.
No, but she's absolutely connected to the material when she walks in and knows how she feels in that scene, so...
I don't think it's that I plan it. I've just... I read it and digest it, and then I just go and be it, and I don't know how it's coming across or anything, but that's my approach, and Renee will approach it in a completely different way, and I don't know what that is.
Still, 6 years later.
Yeah. But, yeah, it works, and in the end you get to the same place, which is a place of true listening, and that's what seems to move people on screen, watching, you know.
Yeah, I think you once said that you do what Lucy would do if Lucy were Xena under those circumstances.
Right.
So the question is, could you imagine a part you could not play because you couldn't get there, be there, feel that?
I'm sure there are some. I can't imagine them, but I'm sure there are some.
American Psycho? You'd have to be a
I
guy.
love that. I actually really like that movie.
Jodie Foster pulling out of Hannibal? Because of the ending. I must admit I haven't seen it, so don't give it away.
I don't know what the ending is. I mean, there's lots of different reasons for, I would imagine, for her turning down a sequel. There's a lot of business reasons you might do that. But, no, I haven't. I don't know.
You can't
I don't think so, but I'll find out the hard way, that's all. I thought maybe the sitcom would be, that was quite a learning curve when I visited on Just Shoot Me. And,
because of the
just different format, different... the camera's a million miles away from you because it's multicam, and the way we work is single camera, which means the camera's generally quite close to you, and you know how to act in relation to the proximity of the camera.
So you can literally play to the camera the way Xena was filmed.
Right, and that way I just didn't know what I was doing because the cameras were a long way away.
But in a sitcom, you're just supposed to be living it out, and they're catching it.
But it's hard.
So
no, it's a much much more their format and their style of acting is much more heightened than what we do.
It's more theatrical, isn't it? Like it's on stage because...
No, I don't know what it is, but it's different. Because everything has to be really loud, and instead of just real. Even though it's completely wild circumstances, you just have to be real in the situation.
I was thinking of something that I talked to Renee about recently. The end of Helicon, where Xena says Xena's pulled her off from the fighting. The battle's over, we've won. And Gabrielle comes up to her and Xena says, your people need you. I think it was your people need you. And if you're watching it, she just kind of gives this ever so slight shrug. And I'm thinking that's probably not, I described that to you when I was down there, and you just kind of went, no, little tiny one. In other words,
it was probably a nervous twitch, right? Or I had to scratch.
No. It was perfectly in character and perfect for the scene. But I'll bet you didn't think of it. It just came out. And that the camera would catch on that, what might not on a sitcom
Is that true?
camera.
Can you remember?
I couldn't remember at all. No. No.
Speaking of directing, all right, we're going to turn to the budding director here. Now let's see which one answers this question. When you started working on the first episode, Deja Vu, was there anything that surprised you? You had followed T.J. Scott around when he was directing Adventures in the Sin Trade, preparing yourself, and I gather you'd probably read things and talked to other people. What was the biggest surprise as a director that caught you off guard? Said, man, I didn't know that was going to be like that.
The time schedule. There's this huge clock in front of you. It's not literally, but in your head, and it's just going and going. Every word that you try to give to the crew, and you start, I swear it feels like you're starting an hour late once you join the. So that was the hardest problem, I believe, for most directors, is just trying to keep the schedule and yet trying to maintain your creative ideas along the way.
Did one comedy, and then you did an action, a straight action, scene action. Did you prefer one over the other? Was one harder than the other?
The first one was the hardest for me because it was also new, and I was trying to juggle, obviously, the inexperience of leading the crew with acting. But the second one was more of a challenge technically because we had so many fights that we had to accomplish and gags in every scene. So it wasn't just a simple scene with dialogue by a campfire. You know, I learned so much from the special effects department, from all the departments actually.
Did being an actor help you at all as a director?
Being an actor, I don't think so. Actually, I found myself trying not to over-articulate exactly what I wanted and to keep it simple because we don't have the time to go through a lengthy discussion of the scene, and we just had to, yeah, move forward. So maybe it did. I don't know. Maybe because I just said, okay, I want you to do this, and I don't know, Lucy.
What?
Yeah, no.
Wait, I got two more for her here. Go stand over there, okay. Oh my God. Am I going to get mail? After directing the show, did it affect your acting?
The first time it did direct my acting because I realized how actors can play for a certain lens that I didn't really think about while I was acting beforehand. And I think I thought of it for one episode and then I forgot completely. So.
And it was for my shot. She told me that this is a long lens and it's really crunchy and
yeah. Like the camera might be far away, but it's actually here on you or something, so to not be deceived.
She passed on her knowledge.
It's funny. Yeah.
So you've had other actor-directors, like Charlie Siebert. Did you notice a difference between actors who were previous,
there's always a big difference between
actors?
And every director has a forte. Often a director who has not been an actor will say, I want you to give me this result. Be funnier. Or I want you to talk faster. And an actor will go, okay, what makes me want to talk faster? So it comes from an organic place. Well, actor-directors know that. And they will say, this is the effect I want. Can you, what do you want to do to produce this? And then you'll workshop it with them to get something that is hopefully funnier, faster, gives him the result he's after. Whereas technical directors will just say, can you just...
Yeah.
And they'll like lick their
like
fingers
this.
or something. They can't express, they can't help you get to the place. And once you're experienced enough, you can do that for yourself. But it's very
But it makes it so much
actors.
easier for actors, doesn't it, when you don't have to process what they really want and then try to make that organic.
Especially for inexperienced, newcomers. Yeah. What? Did we answer the question? What was the question?
Yeah, you did. No, you did just fine. Difference between acting directors and directing directors. Change of pace. Now, let's see who answers this question. You enjoy singing and you've worked a bit with a band recently. Any thought of giving that more of your time?
That's got to be you.
Yeah, I just muck around with my friends, so yes. Yes, that'll continue. I'm planning activities rather than projects, so yeah, that'll be part of my life.
What's the difference between an activity and a project?
Well, I don't know, project's something that I can tell you right now I'm gunning for, and I don't have any of those at the moment.
So in other words, it's not that you're going to record an album, but you're going to sing and play some more.
Just for some, we just write songs, yeah.
Right, yeah.
I'm so pretty! You're so I wrote that.
A little rock and roll?
No.
What
no.
kind, oh, by the way, what kind of music is it that you do?
Punk rock. No.